All right, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. All right. Welcome to my very first podcast ever, ever. I suppose I should introduce myself. My name is Matt McCarthy. My goofy claim to fame is I teach the largest face to face classes at the largest public university in the country. Um, Over the past 21 ish years, I had to count it up one time. I've probably spoken in front of 80,000 students. And so I'm kind of proud about that. And I decided to do this podcast. And so let me tell you what I'm going to talk about in this podcast. I've been very, very lucky to be in an enormously helpful Facebook group, a couple of them. And I asked for suggestions like, what do you want to know? Now, I think I know a lot of things about college success, and that's who this is for. It's for parents. And it's, let me tell you this. I get in trouble all the time with parents talking about college all the time. I might be at a party somewhere and there's kids about, and let's say there's a college or excuse me, a high school freshman or someone like that. And I'll go, so where are you going to go to college? And I'll have a parent just leave them alone or leave her alone. It's too early to start thinking it. No, it's not. That's my opinion. It's not. Are you going to go 4 whole years? So I get that. I get. I come on a little strong. I'm a little harsh. That's fine. Now, here's the things. When I asked a bunch of parents, like, what do you want to know? I had a whole bunch myself, but here's a whole bunch of things. The first one is, should you even go to college? Another subject I'm going to cover. Why is maturity so important at college? When should you declare a college major? And today I'm going to talk about, does community college suck or not? I'm going to talk about tough issues. I don't want to get canceled, but I am going to talk about why I can't say what I want to say as a college professor many times. I'm going to talk about, does the media misrepresent college students? Spoiler alert, they do. How I would build a perfect university, stuff like that, and tough stuff. Yeah, I'm going to give you what I think about diversity, equity, and inclusion, stuff like that. So, and I'll even tell you about the time I got pretty close to being canceled. And I'll give you a hint. I wrote this book. Let me see if it's on the camera. There it is. I can tell you the unbelievable support I got from parents writing this book. This book became a bestseller on Amazon. I think the link is below somewhere. And it has nothing to do with the title. Nothing. But I'll get to that. So let's talk about this. A couple things from a university standpoint, a parent standpoint, and community college. So probably the biggest mistake I ever made coming out of high school was not to go to a community college. I should have. I should have beelined. I was offered an athletic scholarship and I still ignored it because no. My friends are going to go to Big State U and I'm going to miss the college experience. Now, I've seen the college experience. Is it amazing? Yeah, it is. The first day at school when you work at a giant public university it's amazing. You can't believe how many people are there. It looks like the Waste Management golf tournament. If you've heard of that, there's so many people there. It is very, very, very cool. However, let's talk about sitting down with someone like me. And I've said this so many times. I was on a podcast one time and someone asked me, if older you could go back in time and talk to younger you, what advice would you give? And my answer was, I wouldn't, because younger me was such an idiot. I wouldn't have listened to older me anyway. I was hell bent on going to Big State U because my friends were going to go there. So I suppose I can sit down with people and give them a very typical list of, the benefits of going to community college. It's cost effective. It's very cost effective. It's flexible. It's amazing. You might see people that you don't see at a regular university. You'll see old people just like me. And those are all great things. Smaller class sizes, diverse student population, and I can talk to a college or a high school senior till I'm blue in the face. But let me tell you when I really start understanding why community college is so amazing. Everything I told you is already amazing. I have a lot of colleagues at community college, and they're amazing people. They're amazing professors. However, does the school want me to tell you about this? Absolutely. Here's why. So I think I was a professor maybe for a year and a half, and I got put on this committee. I didn't understand the committee. I didn't understand what it was about. I wasn't head of the committee at all. It was called ATF, Articulation Task Force. No, not alcohol, tobacco, and firearms. Not at all. And I went down a couple hundred miles south to a different university. And I'm like, what are we doing here? We're going to meet with all of Arizona's community college professors. Why? You teach a 100 level class. So in community college, they teach 100 and 200 level classes. That's what they do. And I'm like, well, what do we have to do with those guys? What are we doing? So we walk in, and I have the syllabus for my class. I'm like, what exactly are we trying to achieve here? What we're trying to achieve here is, what do I teach in my 100 level computer information systems class, my core class, and what do they teach? Okay, and I'm such a knucklehead. I'm like, I'm sure they're very smart people. I'm sure they do that. No. And this professor is just raking me. No. Here's what we're doing. We're trying to figure out if they're teaching an equivalent class to what you're teaching, dumbass. Why are we doing that? Because we're going to make a deal now. So let me step back. When I went to community college, I eventually went, but that was about 1 million years ago in the last century. There was no such thing as going to a 100 level class and showing up at the big state U 2 years later and for them to give you the equivalent class. And you'd sit there and you can argue and go, look, I already took a class just like that one. And they might give you a bad time and go, do you have the syllabus? And maybe you can get a hold of the syllabus. It didn't matter. They weren't going to count that. So back in the day when you went to community college, you're sitting there going, I guess it really is a 2-year school. I'm going to get my associate's degree and I'm done. And all of the 60 hours that you took, they're not going to count towards a 4-year degree. Well, that's all changed. So now I'm actually at the University of Arizona with a whole bunch of other people who are crazy smart that teach community college. And I'm sitting there going, you're kind of teaching what I'm teaching. That's kind of cool. And although their class name probably wasn't the same, that's what we were checking for. We were saying, look, let's make a deal now so the student and the parent, when they take this class in community college, don't run into what I ran into when I was a kid. It's already preordained. So let me give you an example of this. You can go to a local community college here, and let's say that you're one of the lucky people that already know what you want to major in. So let's say it's business. And so one of the local community colleges here will have a program called ABUS, A-B-U-S. So the A means associate degree. So yeah, you're going to pick up an associate degree. BUS means business. So you show up and they're going to give you a major map. And that major map is saying, okay, here's the classes that you have to take to get that. Now, here's the deal. When you go to college, basically, and I don't know how it works in every college, but basically what you're going to do is you're going to take 30 hours a year. And that's how that works. It's basically 10 classes a year. Then your sophomore year at a community college, you're going to take 10 more. You're going to end up with 60. Those 60 classes, 100 and 200 level classes, it wasn't just me negotiating. It is every professor at the university that I teach at. It doesn't matter if it's dance. It doesn't matter what it is. Doesn't matter. They have a program for that. All of those things have already been done. So what you do after community college is you sit there and go, okay, I got my A bus. Here I am. I benefited from all the great things about community college. Now I'm going to show up with junior status at Big State U. And not only do you show up with junior status, automatic admittance, boom, you're in. So now you're a junior, and essentially you have to take 20 more classes or 2 more years, and there's your college degree. And it says what everyone else's college degree says. It says whatever university that is. So my biggest thing that I tell people about community colleges, look, I get the low price, but let's talk about the experience too. Okay, you're going to miss the experience. You're going to miss all of that stuff. But maybe look at it this way. Maybe sit there and go, okay, tell you what, you're sitting down with your kid. This community college cost 75% less. Okay, but let's say we're going to pay the exact same amount for Big State U. Tell you what I'll do, and I'm not saying you should do this, but with the money that I'm going to save, I can send you to community college, and with the money that I'm going to save, tell you what, I'll send you to Fiji for 2 months, because that's what the cost savings really is. You're going to get great people doing this. So I suppose people like me that are old probably contributed to the stigma of community college. And that's shame on me for doing that. But I always tell people, like, who are your best students? Like, what group are they? And, you know, a lot of times it's military kids. They're unbelievably good. Other ones are student athletes. Yep. They have great GPAs. They're very dedicated. And the other one is when you get a community college student in your class, they're awesome. They're super awesome. So look, I get it. Becky's going to Big State U, and you're thinking, no, I'm going to stay here in town, and it's not going to be as good. That's a choice you can make. But the fact is, the community college route is so undervalued. It's really something that you need to think about. It's literally all old people like me have regrets. And my biggest regret of all time, easily, was coming out of high school and not even considering going to community college. I should have went. It would have been awesome. So what I'd like to do on this podcast is give me questions, give me your comments, give me things that you might think that I can talk about, and what you think about what I'm saying now. So one thing, I certainly don't want to be canceled. I hope I won't be canceled, because this is just me doing this. This is not my school. I am not sponsored by my school to do this. I'm doing this completely independently, but I do want to hear what you have to say. That would be a really good thing, and kind of what you want me to talk about next. Like I said, I'm trying to be as honest as I possibly can. And I will talk about stuff like diversity, equity, and inclusion. I will talk about stuff like things that people just don't want to hear in college, and things that are so easy to do, but people don't want to do them. Students don't want to do them. So that's what I have for you. That's my first podcast. I'm still figuring out this tech. I hope it worked pretty well. I don't have any live viewers because I kind of wanted to do it myself and not have to pay attention to comments, because I don't have any right now. But eventually I want to be much better and better at this. The platform that I have right now is I'm going out to YouTube, but I'll be on Spotify as well, and all the other ones. So I'm getting that together. Other than that, thanks for showing up. I appreciate it. And I hope this, I think this is going to be a big success. I think it's going to be very helpful for anyone going to college, a parent thinking about sending a kid to college, stuff like that. And That's what I have for you today. Thanks for showing up.